Yeah, well, obviously defensively last week we were really strong, and we've just got the draw, so we've got the draw in completion now, and so we've just got to make sure we maintain that sort of intensity and form, because as we all know, the AFLW season's pretty short, so we've just got to value every game and just be ready to play at that level again. I thought last week was our first home performance of significance, so to play really well in front of our members and our fans last week was great. So we'd like to be able to do that again.
Is there an advantage for you having some clarity on where you're going to be in the next couple of weeks? How does that help you and the girls?
Oh, the most pleasing part for us was that we slated to get 5 home games. So once again, going back to the members and the supporters, that was great at the start of the season, and then obviously with the reshuffle, we weren't sure that was going to happen. So for that to be cemented now is awesome for the club. And clearly from the playing group, the ability to have those games at home is a benefit as well, particularly when they're balancing work and other commitments. So, but in terms of the schedule, it's good to know who you're coming up against, but you really don't focus much further than this week. So.
It must be good to have that confidence when the season looks like it's going to be completed. At some point, there's a couple of points that look to be hairy, and at least one team's been up, so
Yeah.
The majority of teams haven't had to go into that situation.
No, exactly. So we get to round 6 of 9, and so the AFL was really strong right from the outset that they were going to do everything they could to get the season away. There's still a little way to go yet, but we're certainly in a better position to feel confident that's going to happen.
Feels like there's some fans on radio that are disappointed that you weren't given any Friday night games, like the prime slot.
Yeah. Well, the original schedule, there was a couple late in the season, but I think we just have to be pretty accepting that it's a good, challenging job to put together a schedule in a short space of time, and you need to factor in basically the turnaround from game to game. So we've had a number of Sunday games leading into this week, and so obviously we go Saturday this week, and then to be honest, as much as we'd love to play a Friday night, but in reality, I'm pretty happy with the home games. I think that's a great outcome for our members and supporters.
Would that have to be considered, say, finals on a night game and play on
Well, next weekend we've got a 7-10 game over in Melbourne. So yeah, but in truth, wouldn't be that concerned, to be honest.
Any booms for you, Doc? I mean, Chelsea up forward was a real highlight against the Saints. Any considering sort of changes in
Yeah, structurally, no, we'll be pretty similar. There will be a few changes to the team. We've got a couple that are a little bit sore, and the reality is we've got a relatively injury-free list at this stage. So the pressure for selection is really tight. It's tough for those players that are actually playing pretty good footy. At times they're missing out, and there's some players in the SANFL who are playing really well, and they're unable to get in. So the selection is always really tight, and but we're in that space where we're able to put a fit and healthy list out there and compete well. Yeah. I'm not allowed. I don't even know if I'm allowed to. Kirill, am I allowed to? Yeah, I don't know. You've got to follow there's lots of rules and regulations around these sort of things. So but we'll have 2 players that will miss with injury. So Eloise Jones and Hannah Munyard will both miss, and we'll have another 2 changes as well. So. Coming into the team, we'll wait for the selection, but there will be a couple of changes. Yeah, so she got a bit of a stinger, and it's settling, but the 6 days probably didn't help her. 7, maybe 8, we probably would have been right, but we just didn't quite get there. Yeah. Yeah, I thought their performance last week was their best of the season, and they probably you could make a pretty strong argument they should have won that game. They dominated clearance in the second. They had it inside 50 a lot and weren't able to take their chance. And West Coast, to their credit, hurt them when they went the other way. But what we saw in that game, and they actually stayed in Perth for the week, so whether or not that ability to just stay together as a group and get their structural stuff right, they were really well structured in the ground. So, we're expecting a really strong contest. They've got a number of players there that have worn the Adelaide Crows colours before. Sarah hurt her knee last week, so she won't be there, but Sally and Georgia Bevan both played for them, and so if they get selected, it'll be a bit of a nice homecoming as well.